there. All right, we are going to talk about measuring your kitchen. This is intimidating for some people, but you can do this. All right, we are going to get started. So we will start with a piece of paper. You are just going to sketch out the general shape of your room. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be to scale. Just some diagram showing here are the basic dimensions or shape of my space. We're going to go through and just document where windows and doors might be. So just this will show me. You can do a door swing if you feel like it, or you can actually just write door. This will let us know this is a door, this is a window, all of that. So do the shape. This does not have to be exact. If you guys can get as close as possible, that would be great. This particular tape measure actually has incremental measurements on it if you want to be perfect, but if you just called this 31, that's going to be fine as far as measuring goes. So just put the tape measure right up against the wall, go ahead and pull your measurements. And the most confusing part about measuring your kitchen is going to be when you get to the windows. All right, we are going to pretend this is your window casing, which is the part that goes around your window. Pretend this is a window. Here's your casing. In our world, we want you to measure to the casing. So I don't care about the glass inside, how big the casing is. I just need to know what it is from the wall or from the end of the cabinet over to the start of the casing. So you'll measure that dimension, and then you'll measure from the casing to the casing for the width of the window itself. So I know that I can have cabinetry coming up to this point. From here, you're going to go around and start your measurements. So you will take measurements and then just write down what they are, each piece. So again, you'll go from that corner to the casement, the trim around your window. So let's just call that 36 3/4. You'll write the size of your window itself. We're just going to call that 36. If you are able, go ahead and measure the height of that as well, so that we know exactly how tall it is, and then continue around the room. If you get to a space where you have a little tight space, just make a line so we know what that is. In case anyone's confused, that's that wall. Once you get around the room with your dimensions, you are going to also do just an overall size so that we know that we've got everything adding up pretty much correctly. So if you can measure from this wall to this wall and let me know what that size is, that's going to be helpful. And then go ahead and just sketch out what currently sits there. So if this is your sink, you can just write sink and maybe draw out where your cabinets are. Then we'll just put, again, even just write out where your refrigerator is, if you have double ovens, if it's a range, that can be arranged. We've got wall cabinets, and again, sink, maybe your dishwasher is on this side. So any sort of note that can help us figure out exactly what's where. And then if you don't plan on moving your plumbing or anything like that around, or even if you do, it's helpful to have for us to have a center line of where those things are. So if you kind of want your range to stay where it is, if you take generically the center of what that is and measure over to the wall, you can just mark that center line and tell us what that dimension is. So that's an extra step. If you feel so inclined, that'd be great. If not, that's fine. And then last but not least, just go ahead and measure your ceiling height. So that is something that's going to help us with how tall to make your ceilings or your cabinets to see if they're going to the ceiling. So go ahead and measure that and see exactly how tall that space is. One last thing, just to help us sort of get our heads wrapped around exactly how your space lays out. If you do have doors going somewhere, if you could tell us where those are going. So for instance, let's just say this one's going to the garage and this one maybe goes to the dining room. that'll be helpful just to get us to get our minds around how you use the space. Again, maybe this door goes to the deck, which is where you do your outdoor cooking. So very rough sketch, very rough idea of what's in that space to help us get going on design. If you need any more details or guidance of exactly how to do, if you have a weird shape, we can walk you through it. So again, info@dovestudio.com, and we'll help you get through this. Thank you.